Next up is Senator Mike Folmer. Thank you very much. I won't be that long. You folks have been sitting a long time because my bill is very, very, very simple. It's called equal access to the ballot. It needs to happen. It has to happen. It would be the constitutional thing to do. People talk about how our government is broken and such, and it's broken because, you see, those that are in power, those that are in leadership, have forgotten three very important words: we the people. And when you look at this whole scenario, it's just mind-boggling to me to see why we're just not doing this. It's a very easy thing to do. And the only thing that I think that's really keeping it from happening is fear. And the fear of possible change. But this change would be the right thing to do, because what's wrong with having equal access to the ballot? What's wrong in giving the electorate true choices in upcoming elections? What's wrong with bringing new ideas to the forefront? And one good thing about bringing third-party and independent candidates to the plate is the idea that there may be some good ideas coming in those elections. And whether they win or not is not the issue. The issue is about the ideas. The issue is about moving the process forward. 4 years ago, I ran on my promise to Pennsylvania, which is basically legislative and political reform, tax and spending reform, and legal and labor law reform. And it's all about openness, transparency, and accountability to the people. And I have to get through an election November 2nd, but I guarantee you this: for us, the session's done. And 252 is, I have to tell you, is done. But it's going to be reintroduced. I promise you that. It's going to be reintroduced, and this time around, I might be able to get more than 7 co-sponsors. And I am winning some coalition battles up here as far as getting people to understand. Again, there's nothing to fear from this, but I need your help out there. We need it. This time around, I would really like to get and sit down with some of you good people to really get a true grassroots effort. Look, this bill received outstanding editorial reviews from every major newspaper across the state. The next thing we need to do is get the people involved, because when you were awake, believe me, as politicians, we listen. That's how I got elected. I mean, be honest. If it wouldn't have been for the pay raise, that Mike Folmer is not even standing here. I know that. But that's because the people were awake. So when you're awake, we'll be great, and we can get this thing done. So I'm looking for your support. I'm going to reintroduce the bill next session. I promise you that. I believe in it. I think it's the right thing to do. I want equal access to the ballot. It's just a fair thing to do. So, hey, thank you very much for inviting me here today. And don't get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. We should never give up this fight, especially when it's right. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, thank you. I'll get there. All right, bro. Yes.
You talked about the fear factor.
Yes.
Comparison of the film. Isn't it just a simple matter of asking them to look at the other states that have better gun access laws? And, the libertarians and the Greens aren't running those state governments.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yet, they have candidates.
Well, my bill, and you're right, my bill basically mirrors the state of Delaware, what they already do in the state of Delaware. It wasn't rocket science. This was just a common sense, good government thing to do to get we the people back in control of their government. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat or what your political worldview is. We own our government. The people own, which says we the people. That means we are to be the boss. Unfortunately, I think we've forgotten that, and we trampled all over this all the time. And we've forgotten this as our rule of law. And if you've been following this, we've had equal access of ballot here in the state of Pennsylvania as we speak. But you're right. Just look at the other states. And I've said that. And I think, not to give you too much, I don't want to get our expectations up too high, but I think in this upcoming time around, and in my discussions with my fellow members in my caucus, and I have Democrats too to sign up to it, that I think we can get, as long as we can get that grassroots effort going, to show that the people really want this. Yes?
Real quick.
You know what? Maybe on the House, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to plead. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Because the other thing that 252 does, the Senate bill, my bill does, it also creates the establishment of third-party candidates. So, so not only does it create an equal access to the ballot for third-party and independents, it also helps third parties to be established. Which, hey, how bad could that be, right? So,
My second point also, it's not really a question, it's more like a favor. Next time you get to talk to some of these people, like, well, we'll use an example, like another Tom Corbin. Ask them for us, what do they have to fear from a group of people who do not receive massive corporate sponsorship? A group of people who has to use their own money to run for office. What are they afraid of from us poor people?
well, and I have done that. I've asked those questions because, again, I think it's an unfounded fear. You should never be afraid of the people. This is our government again. Remember that. And I trust the people. We will eventually get it right. I trust the people more than I trust coming up here and such. So I have no fear in that. Yes, sir.
What they fear is competition. Most party people fear competition. Most party people have no competition.
Sure.
You check their districts, they have no competition. And that's what they fear.
And go ahead.
You're not afraid of competition, I presume.
No, I have a candidate now running against me. So,
Why are you going to win?
am I going to win? I'm looking really good. I've never liked to be too self-presuming here. Anything is possible in elections. But you know what? Here's the reality of it all. Let's say I should win. But let's say I win. Would that be a terrible thing if the people decided that I didn't do my job? No, that wouldn't be. And I would go do what I did before. And it's really not about, see, that's the whole thing. When you come to Harrisburg, you should have the mindset that you're here to serve the people. You're here recognizing that you're my boss, and my job is a temp job at that. And that I could be, although I term limited myself, you guys could term limit me beforehand. And but if I do the right thing, and I follow the rule of law, and I take care of what I'm supposed to be doing, I get compliments from Democrats all the time. I mean, and I'm considered a right winger, you know, and such. But I do the right thing. I use the Constitution a lot. I carry it with me because it's the rule of law. And I'm comfortable that I not only talk my talk, but I walked it too. And if you do that, I don't think you have any. That's why I'm not afraid of a third party. That's why I'm not afraid of independent candidates, because I think it brings. As long as we talk about the real debate, as long as we talk about the issues and get this negative personal attacks out of campaigning and start talking about the issues. That's all I want. You may disagree with me philosophically. You may disagree with my presuppositional philosophical world viewpoint. That's okay. We can debate that. That's what this country was set up to be. But let's not be afraid of third party or independent candidates, because it will bring good, honest, open debates to the issue, new ideas coming to the forefront that will only help create a better government. And that is not what it's all about. A more open, transparent, and accountable government with working for the people. That's